Let's bring in our Sky News chief anchor Kieran Gilbert and our Sky News political editor Andrew Clennell for some reaction to that Labor frontbench shuffle we just saw announced then. As we flagged here on Sky News earlier, Mark Butler's moved from the climate portfolio to health and ageing, Chris Bowen taking on that difficult climate shadow ministry. Brendan O'Connor moves to defence, Richard Marles, the deputy leader, he's taking on that newly created portfolio of national reconstruction. That's along with employment, skills, small business and also science. Kieran, it seems like a smart move to me to move him to that frontline debate that will dominate this parliamentary year. He is one of their better performers, and defence doesn't leave a whole lot of room to engage in some of those key domestic debates. And I've got to say, his performance in that news conference was pretty impressive. Richard Marles, it was a pretty impassioned speech from him there towards the beginning about the way ahead for Labor and what many do expect will be an election year.
Yeah, and it was a stark contrast, wasn't it, with Anthony Albanese, Marles outperforming his leader quite clearly. And I think what we're seeing here, Ashley, is a very risky move from the Labor leader. Reshuffles often annoy more people than they please, and this one, from what I'm picking up, reaction today is no different. And the key question is, will this be... The fundamental question that we ask today is, will this be enough to firm up the Albanese leadership, or will we look back on this in a few months' time, possibly into next year, and see this as simply shuffling the decks on the Titanic? Because, as I say, the view on this reshuffle is mixed, to say the least. I think I'm putting a positive spin on the feedback I'm getting. One frontbencher sent me a one-word text while we were watching that news conference which said, madness. So it shows you there is far from unanimous support for Anthony Albanese, either his leadership or these moves today. Whenever you make reshuffles, you inevitably annoy a cohort. The question is, has he pleased more than he's annoyed out of today's announcements?